Welcome to the Positive Pants Podcast. Mindset, motivation, and inspiration to help you find your positive pants. Let go of negative thinking and stop living for the weekend. With your host, Fran Excel.
Welcome to the show. As always, it's Fran Excel, Mindset Coach, helping you find your very own pair of positive pants so you can get out of your own way and live a life that you love. So today's topic is close to my heart. I put my honesty pants on a little bit later in the episode, and I'm really excited about this one because I had already planned to run with this one, and I had an incredibly lovely email from one of my gentleman listeners, and I actually said to him, I asked what he would like to hear on the podcast, and actually this was what came up. So hopefully this will do it justice. And as always, you are more than welcome to drop me an email with any questions that you have, anything you'd love for me to cover. You can always find me at hello@franexcel.com. So today is all about the importance of feeling your feelings. I know how easy it is when you're intentionally trying to be more positive about things to try and force it and not allow yourself to really feel your feelings. You think that when you're feeling a bit rubbish, to try and push it down as far as it will go and suppress it is the right thing to do. But that's not actually the best idea at all. It can actually be a really bad move and one that can really affect your health in the long run. Yes, it's absolutely important to know how to get out of a bad mood or to get out of when you're feeling negative about things, when you want to and when you're ready to. All the tools and techniques that I give you are there for those moments. But sometimes there's a little bit more to it. And these negative feelings are our mind's way of telling us that something much bigger is going on and we need to know when to listen to them. So when nothing seems to be working and the feelings are being super persistent, that's when you know you need to prick your ears up to what is actually going on for you. Negative feelings can alert you when things are off or not right. And it can be, as we know, a great motivator for change as well. It only happens when the pain of staying where you're at becomes more painful than the change itself. So thank you very much, Mr. Tony Robbins, for that gem. So pushing it down is ignoring these signs, ignoring these things that are actually important for us. Now, you're human. You're a human being and we feel things. So allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling, but the important part is the constant, what is going on here, curiosity of it, and the subsequent choices that then come from that. Also, bear in mind that the more you battle with negative thoughts, the more of them you're inviting in. Think about it. If you're having negative feelings, negative emotions, and you're annoyed at yourself and you're angry at yourself for feeling the negative emotions, it's just a horrible little loop that you don't need to get into. Sometimes you literally do just need to sit with them for a little bit. Have a sushi roll into your duvet and eat the Ben & Jerry's. Cookie dough is my favorite, just FYI, in case you were wondering. It really can be the best way to move through them sometimes. So, accept that you aren't going to be productive. You don't want to speak to people and you just want a moment to wallow. It could actually be the rest that you need. Often procrastination is our mind's way of giving us a rest, It's the rest that you need, that your body and mind have been screaming at you for a while that you need, but you've ignored it. So now it's forcing you. It's just about identifying when that's the case and not just giving yourself an excuse to eat Ben & Jerry's. You have to be really honest with yourself. Now, it is completely normal to have bad days. Totally normal to have an initial negative reaction to a situation. It's about understanding that what happens next is really your choice. And if you're using all the tools and tricks and it isn't working, asking yourself what's really going on for you. So here's my honesty time. Last week, I got myself into a real pickle. Yep, it can happen to me too. I am also a human. I realized I hadn't been looking after myself as much as I should have been and was heading perilously close to the ominous edge of burnout. There may have been a few tears. Now, I'm very self-aware and I know that I have a tendency to believe I'm Superwoman, and I genuinely do believe that I can do all the things, but It doesn't mean that A, I should, or B, that I have to. The house renovation was something that I hadn't been able to plan for. Just a lick of paint, he said. And we all know how I like a plan. So it threw me. I realised that while we've been doing it up since May the 3rd, I had pretty much forgotten to take any time for me. It was work, house, and that was pretty much it. I was constantly go, 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 go. So this meant that I didn't have any weekends or evenings to just chillax. It was not happening. Now, there's only so long that your brain can sustain that level of activity. Every part of my body and mind was screaming at me to stop, and I couldn't get myself out of the little funk that I'd got myself into. My saving grace is that I am super strict on getting my 8 hours every night. So at least I knew I was getting the sleep I needed, but often that really isn't enough. You need those moments where you're not doing anything on the to-do list. The moments where you actually have to, where you don't actually have to use your brain. And I know that when I start feeling a little bit funky and all my many lovely tools aren't working their magic like they usually do, then there is something bigger at play. It's like a bit of a hold up a minute, light bulb moment, So I was faced with a choice. Carrying on, and head over the burnout cliff, crying into my paintbrush. Continue trying to be productive and get things done when my brain is already at capacity and genuinely not allowing me to do things anyway. Or start working with my brain, cook my husband dinner, crack open a lovely bottle of Malbec and belt out some show tunes. And which do you think I did? Correctamundo. I cooked the chef a delicious, even though I do say so myself, spaghetti bolognese. I have seriously mastered that one now. And I treated him to some spectacular renditions of The Little Mermaid and The Greatest Showman with a little Lady and the Tramp thrown in for good measure. Now, I am not saying that my things will work for you, but you get what I'm saying here. Sometimes in admitting what momentarily feels like defeat, in inverted commas, can be the very thing that can get you right back on track and propel you forwards. I was talking to one of my lovely mastermind ladies about this just last week. It's the importance of awareness and really knowing yourself and knowing what you need and what will get you back on track. Knowing when the feeling isn't just a little bit of a moody mood that you need to get out of, but actually a key moment where you need to be listening to your body. So, show tunes are my thing. Let's work out yours. So what always lights you up? What literally never fails to make you happy? Is it dancing, singing, both, crafting, reading, going to the zoo, another one of my favorites? Anything that you love that allows you to switch off for a minute, remember what it feels like to have fun, spend time with your loved ones guilt-free, anything that you love, yeah? Whatever it is for you, I encourage you to keep a list. And when you are feeling frustrated, unproductive, emotional, heading straight towards overwhelm, but it's also been niggling at you for a long time, there's often a build-up to this. Listen up. Go do one of those things for an evening, even just an hour, but really, really give yourself a break. It is hugely important. Let your body and your brain have a rest so you can get back on track and get back to being the glorious you that you are. It's just about learning when to listen and allowing yourself to feel your feelings and knowing which ones are actually beneficial to you. Always ask, could there be more to this feeling? What have I been avoiding thinking about or dealing with? Have I been working too hard? Am I living in line with my values? It's all important to be aware of. And knowing when to say, you know what? I'm going to give my heart what it wants and sing some show tunes. And then I'll get back to it tomorrow. This is the key. Having that support when you're there in the moment is a huge part of this as well. So just get curious with your feelings. If the tools and the techniques aren't working for you, what have you been avoiding? Could there be more to this? Yeah, and sit with that. Now, I hope that was really helpful for you. And as always, I would really love for you to let me know if there's any episodes you want me to cover, any topics, any subjects, and also head on over to my wonderful Facebook group where you